How would you assess it?
Let it slip in a bit in the third quarter. I thought our contest work in the first half was really strong, and I thought our pressure was really, really good around the ball. And third quarter, they just got going with a bit more momentum at stoppage, and we weren't as decisive as we probably needed to be behind the ball. And when you allow soft drops and them to speed up and get goal side, I thought they were really able to capitalise on a few of those plays. To me, it felt a bit like the Brisbane game, missed opportunities. And they just had a bit more class in their front half to be able to finish off their work, and we just missed critical opportunities to peg them back in the second and third quarter, but also in that first quarter we missed a couple of set shots which probably deserved to be 4 goals, I reckon, at quarter time, and were 2 goals from the dominance we had from inside 50. So I thought they just had a bit more class to be able to finish their work.
Their ability to really hurt you from stoppage, from setting clearances and score goals from there. Is that where your midfield needs to get to from a damaging point of view with the clearances you're winning? We'll continue to work on that. When they probably had a bit of a ruck ascendancy in there as well, which they crave on, and it's just they play with a lot of momentum and a lot of movement, and if you let the contest slip, they hurt you for that. So centre bounce was an issue. It was probably a little bit more widespread in that third quarter. I think we're minus 14 ground ball, which allowed them to generate a lot of momentum. And like I said, they just had a bit more class to be able to finish off. And that overall, I thought the midfield battle was pretty even. It's just our mids probably didn't capitalise on their opportunities. I think a lot of the stats would say it was a pretty even game, and they just had a bit more polish.
We saw Cox go forward late and looked pretty good when he took that mark and kicked that goal. Is that something that...
It's just something we do when we win the game. It left us probably vulnerable with height behind the ball, but we had to take some risks in that last quarter and throw a bit of caution to the wind, and took a good mark, and I think he surprised himself with how far he kicked it.
Do you look to experiment much in the final round?
Oh, not really. No, probably not. Well, there's a few little things we might discuss as a match committee, but if you throw too much at them, they've already got a lot going through, a lot of distractions when you're heading into the last game. So we just want to make sure we finish the year off well. So that'll be our main focus. We'll talk about what we do next week.
You mentioned the Brisbane game. How do you think the two matches today and that game, what do you think it shows about how far you are off those top 4 teams?
It shows that we need to get better at executing under pressure, for me, and finishing our work off when we get the opportunities. We won the inside 50s. After quarter time, the inside 50s were pretty even. But, we just didn't quite execute the basics a couple of times behind the ball, which gave them good looks and allowed them to capitalise. And then in front of the ball, we just missed our set shots. If you want to look at a basic stat, we kicked 5-6 from set shots. I think they kicked 8-2. That's game. So that wasn't all on our set shots or in our goal kicking in front of goal. It was probably a little bit on our finish as well. And I think an area we need to do a fair bit of work on is making more of our entries. I think that's been an issue all season. And I know we've got a young forward line, but I feel like we just we go for the wrong decision going inside 50 a bit too much. So we're trying to pull kicks off to the junction, 50 out, when you could drive and get it to 15 metres out, and then go to work aerially and at ground level and play the game in our front half. But we're going for these little 15, 20 metre kicks into shots where it's marginal whether you kick them anyway. So we trace back to the very start of the season. It was more our work going inside 50 than anywhere else on the ground. And I feel like the Brisbane game and Port game, and today obviously that was an issue as well. And the good teams, they finish their work off. So That's all something we can practice, though. And we'll just get back to train and do the reps and get another summer of execution under our belt in the right scenarios, and we'll chip away at that.
One guy who finishes work with Tom Emmett. What did you like about his game tonight?
I think he already had the bandage around his head at half time or maybe quarter time, and that sums him up. Man, that's why his teammates love playing with him, because he puts it all on the line, not only every game but every contest. And I thought he definitely showed he's up to the level. He finished his work off from his opportunities, and I think we got a taste of his application to the contest and his pressure. So, like I've said in the lead up, he's been in really good form for a while, and he's just been waiting for an opportunity. So one came up for him today, and I think he took it. So good on him.
Speak about your inaccuracy. Do you think that's a mental thing rather than a skills problem? Because there weren't a lot of really hard chances. Some of them were, sort of 30 metres out on a slight angle.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's when you're chasing the scoreboard, it probably becomes more mental than anything. So I think our set shots have and our goal kicking in general has taken a big step forward this year. So we've had probably an average day in front of goal today, but it doesn't mean that's a trend. So we shouldn't lose any confidence from the work we've done. And then I think the other thing was we just lacked a little bit of trusting ourselves and composure inside forward 50 to find someone with our hands in a better position and then deliver that handball so you can have a better shot. I mean, basic one is Sturdy did such a good job in the second quarter to break a tackle and then charge towards goal, and then didn't quite execute, and then we get the next ground ball and don't quite execute the handball back to Tommy Emmett, and if we do, well, it's an easy snap from the top of the goal square, but we just probably rushed ourselves in a few of those moments. So it comes back to doing the work and trusting ourselves, and we'll get better at executing that.
Last home game, you're 3-7 at home if you exclude Derby. So, any idea about why it's not right for you and what's normally an advantage?
Well, easy to talk about the last probably 3 weeks. We've been sloppy forward to centre in all those games, including back to the Sydney game, where our execution forward to centre hasn't been up to scratch. And we need to go to work on our team D here. I don't think we've defended our front half as well here as what we've done on other grounds around, and maybe interstate. So we'll have a deep dive on that. In the off season and try and fix a few things there. But I think it comes back to execution, and played some really good teams in really good form last 3 home games. So we need to pick up aspects of all parts of our game to be able to compete with the best teams.
Difference defending here compared to elsewhere. Can you expand on that? Like, what's different about here compared to elsewhere specifically?
Well, Geelong, for instance, it's a bit smaller. Skinny, we defend that ground really well. And here, a bit more space against better teams. You only have to get a couple of little things wrong and they're at halfway. So when we forced them long to a contest today, we really got the game played in our front half. When we allowed them to find forward marks, they were able to get field position. So we just need to make sure we're really clear to the players on what those aspects are. But a little bit of the last 3 weeks is the fact that we played 3 really good offensive teams as well, if you're talking about the games that you're talking about. We'll get to that in the off-season.
How much did it hurt being one man down in that final term, having obviously Banfield and O'Meara out?
They were having their injury issues as well, so I don't think that was a factor in the game. Yeah.
What do we know about those injuries?
Looks like Jager's done a little calf, and Banner's hurt his AC joint, I think. So, I'm not sure what the protocol is there. We'll probably get it scanned tomorrow and see what sort of grade it is.
Do you expect Jai to play next week? He looked a bit sore.
Yeah, he got a hip pointer, so I think he'll be right.
Thank you.
So
Good work.